Hello, everybody. We have a special guest right now I want to introduce you to. She is the supervisor of peer mentoring services at RIA Inc. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one time for the one and only Stacy Reed. Hello, Stacy.
Hi, Jimmy.
How,
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me.
of course. Thank you so much for joining us today. You look fabulous, Stacy. We just went through a bunch of stuff to get the camera right. Not for her, for me. Okay. We had to get the camera right for me. How's my hair?
Your hair is fabulous, darling.
Thank you so much. So first of all, I'd like to know how you got into this type of work, Stacy. How did you get into peer mentoring at RIA Inc.?
Because I am a survivor. So I always believe that what better person to help a person who's been through the trauma of being trafficked and exploited than another person who's been trafficked or exploited.
Wow. And when did that start for you as a survivor? When did you first have your first encounter or first incident?
My first incident started when I was like 14 years old. I got involved with a relationship with a boyfriend, and he had friends that were doing things that were not cool. And so, of course, I thought I was in love. I was misinformed, naive. I didn't know what I was doing. And I wanted to be in that relationship. So I did what he asked me to do. And as a result, I wound up on the streets of downtown Boston, Massachusetts, prostituting. Mm-hmm.
Well, and what years were this?
Oh, goodness, you're asking me that. I think it was like
From the 70s, the
80s? The late 70s, the early 80s, yes.
Okay. Well, you're doing fantastic now, and I assume that your relationship with RIA Inc., you're trying to help people who were in similar situations?
Exactly.
And how is that going?
It's going great, actually. When I got introduced to RIA Inc., I just couldn't believe that they even had an organization to help people like me. Like, along the way of being trafficked, in order to deal with the pain or to suppress or to cope with what the actions that I was doing, I turned to drugs and alcohol. And so I got into trouble. I got arrested. I went to jail and all those kind of things, repeatedly. And so what happened through going to jail and being arrested was like nobody ever offered me help with the trauma that I had been dealing with being trafficked or prostituted. They looked at me, even when I was like 17, they sent me to Framingham MCI because they said I was old enough to go to jail because, I was 17 and I knew that I was doing it. I knew right from wrong. And that wasn't the right thing to do. Like, there was never any service to say that if you're being trafficked or prostituted, that we have an organization or services for you that can help you find your way. There was nothing like that.
Mm-hmm. So there was a lack of recognition on the part of the criminal justice system, would you say, in terms of the help that people like yourself needed?
Definitely so, because what happened was they addressed, not really so much back in the 70s or 80s, they didn't address too much the alcohol or the drug addiction either. I don't remember being offered treatment when I got arrested a lot of times. And so there definitely weren't any services to help women who've been trafficked or prostituted to get out of the life. We were treated like dogs.
Mm. And when people come now to you, to RIA Inc., what stage are they at in their road back? What stage are they at in their recovery and in their trauma and in their education?
They're at all different kind of stages. I have women who are freshly out of treatment, who are trying to find their way, who are struggling. I have women who are still like struggling with active addiction to opiates and to crack cocaine and to alcohol. I have women who have been incarcerated, done a lot of time, gotten out of jail and changed their life, turned their life around. I have some women, I have a few, so it depends. It's a case-by-case situation. So like we mentor at RIA Incorporated, we mentor over, right now, I'll say we're mentoring over 50 women and on a daily basis. And what's happening is that they're all at different stages of their life. So I have like maybe I'll say about 6 participants that I get in touch with every week that are on Mass Ave. I have a couple on Dorchester Ave, and I have a couple who are just randomly in the neighborhood. I have some women who have reunified with their families, who are in treatment, who are in safe houses. Just depends on, what they decide to do with their self. And so what we do is our model is, we walk alongside the women to help meet them where they're at. And we let them decide how they want to exit, if they want to exit. And we're just here to just be an example to show them that, if I can get out, let me just speak for myself. When I mentor a woman, I'm just there to walk alongside my sisters. I call them my sisters, to show them that if I can get out, then they can get out. And if they want a way out, then I'm here to help. And that there's no judgment, and that I understand that things happen. And I do that because I remember when I was out there on the streets and people looked down their nose at me, or they stigmatized me, and they made me feel less than a human being. And there was nothing worse than that. And I remember getting arrested and the police treat me like trash, and just going to jail, and just like not really having anywhere or anyone to turn to. I wasn't even recommended or referred to any kind of therapy or psychiatry. It was just a big, big vicious cycle. So, and the work that we do at RIA Incorporated, we're able to actually bring that to the attention of the women who are out there who are being trafficked and exploited.
How important do you feel that RIA is to this process of re-entry back into a different way of life?
Oh, we are super important. First of all, we have people who, our team are a group of women who believe in helping people without judgment. That has to be first. We have to be able to look at the person as a person and be with them in where they're at. We go out, we meet, and we hang out with these women, and we bring awareness to their health issues, to help them get to hospitals, to emergency rooms, to shelters, to halfway houses. We help them reunify with their families. We tell them, we give them a lot of information. We offer them mental health services. We offer them all kinds of services. We help them with court issues. I've gone to DCF hearings with the women. We do all kinds of stuff. We have a plethora of services that we offer the women who have been trafficked and exploited in Massachusetts.
Well, that's wonderful. And the event that we're celebrating tonight is RIA's first fundraising. So
Yes.
Would you encourage people who are watching this to maybe make a little donation to RIA to help them continue their work?
Oh, of course. This is my life's work. This is definitely my life's work. I wouldn't have it any other way. I am a master's level social worker. I'm also a PsyD student at William James College. But first, I'm a woman in recovery who is a survivor of human trafficking and sexual exploitation right here in Massachusetts. And I am here to say that we definitely need the help. We need those services. We need people to donate to help us get off the streets and get out of offline and out of those hotels and off the websites, to live better lives. We need better opportunities, or different opportunities, to be better people overall. And so in Massachusetts, we really don't believe that it happens in our own backyard, but in Massachusetts, it's happening here. And we need to really be mindful of that and be aware that there's something that there is help, that people that we need help, and that there is help available here in Massachusetts. And so with the donations that we receive, we make sure to help the women with housing, with reunification with their families, with just things as simple as toiletries and hygiene, stuff like that. Every little bit counts. There's no donation too small or too big.
That's great. Well, I also want our viewers to know that not only is she the peer supervisor at RIA Inc., ladies and gentlemen, you are talking to an author who is working on her second book out of a 5-book series. And her first book, tell us briefly what the name of the first book is and where people can get it.
Okay, so the name of my first book is Stacy's Joy, A Woman Moving Forward, the autobiography. It's a story about my life and what happened to me growing up.
Stacy's Joy, A Woman Moving Forward. Do you have
the
a hard
autobiography?
copy?
Yes, you can get it on. It's live on Amazon.com.
Amazon.com.
Yes, sir.
Stacy's Joy, A Woman Moving Forward. That is fantastic. Hold it up. If you have a little hard copy of it, hold it up. If you don't, that's no worries.
Right.
have.
You see. Now I'm gonna have to go look for it.
Okay,
Right now.
no, don't worry about it.
I have to
Don't
hold
worry.
it up a little bit closer so you can see it, but the light and the glare, I guess.
Okay.
This is the picture that you'll see on the website
Okay.
on Amazon.com.
All righty. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
It's a pleasure to talk to you, Stacy. And we're going to see you on we're going to see you on October 2nd, live from the Museum of Fine Arts. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for your service to RIA Inc. Thank you so much for your service to women that you don't even know, but who you call your sisters. And some of them are still walking the streets, and you go up there and you say, I'm going to walk with you. I'm a companion for you. I'm going to try to usher you to a better way of life based on your own personal experience. That's an amazing contribution. God bless you. And thank you so much for your service to RIA. And thank you so much for the many, many women that you have helped along the way. And congratulations on your book. And this book, Stacy's Journey, is that the name of it?
Stacy's Joy, A Woman Moving Forward, the autobiography.
I have a very short memory.
A woman moving forward. So remember, the series is about a woman moving forward. Her name is Stacy's Joy.
Stacy's Joy, A Woman Moving Forward. Thank you so much, Stacy. And it's number 1 out of a 5-book series, okay?
Yes.
So we're talking about an author of multiple books, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Stacy. Great to meet you.
Thank you. You guys have an awesome evening. Thank you.
Bye-bye.